Welcome to Ukrainian Connections. My name is Cathy Harris, and in Ukrainian Connections, we bring you a connection of people either in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, friends, Ukrainians, and friends of Ukrainians, and we talk about the history, the arts, and we try to share some things about our unique lives and even about some of our farming skills. You've seen them if you've watched our show. Today we have a special opportunity where we are at the Gerdan Theatre concert, and I have with me Vince. If you can explain who you are, Vince, and what the name of the show is tonight.
Thank you for having us and for having us here in Thunder Bay and for opening your hearts and your homes and your community to us. Gerdan is a folk ensemble from Ukraine. They call themselves a theater. They're like a choir, but they're more than a choir. They're a performing ensemble, a singing, musical performing ensemble. I don't know. We don't have a good word for it to explain it, but they take Ukrainian folk music and of course they sing beautiful Ukrainian folk music, but they also turn it upside down and sing variations of folk songs, and they also write their own original songs using the authentic style, but they're new songs. So people think they're old songs, but they're new. So that's really cool. They're really special.
So they are on a tour across Canada, and this is the second time that they've been in Canada.
That's right.
The first time was in May, I believe.
February, March, yeah.
Sometime earlier in the year.
It's really cold.
Yeah. And so you're right in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
So you still have some legs to go. So hopefully
There's some about 30 cities to go.
30 cities?
Yeah.
Oh boy, no small feat. And at each of the shows, my understanding is that in many of the places, people are being billeted and they're being hosted by the local community. So it's a real coming together of the communities.
Yeah, you have to imagine, for us to pull off a tour like this, there's 15 of them singing, plus staff and everything. There's about 17, 18 of us, depending on how you count. And there's a bit of fluctuation. But so in a lot of communities, we're getting sponsored billets, sponsored hotels, anything we can do to keep the cost down. So in order for them to pull off a tour like this, to leave their jobs, to leave their families, to pay for flights, to get across here and do this tour, it costs a fortune. And they want to be able to go home with a little bit in their pockets, plus we want to raise money to support Ukraine in the war front. 5 members of this ensemble are not here with us because they are fighting in the front lines, as well as friends of ours that we have in common, Cathy. Yeah. And so we want to continue to keep supporting them, and the best way we can do it is to sing, dance, perform, raise money, raise awareness, and raise spirits.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful, thank you. So with the tour, they are performing in the communities, but they have a different performance than what they came in earlier in the year. Can you tell us a little bit of what we could expect tonight? First of all, tell us the name of it and what that means.
Yeah, so the first tour, they did sort of a generic selection of their songs. This time they decided to create more of a show. The first half of the show is a little bit more mysterious, a little bit more magical. You're going to meet motanka dolls, which are dolls that have no faces, which is a mystical type of folkloric doll in Ukrainian tradition. And then the second half will be more happy songs, more like a večernitsi, like a Ukrainian evening party for young people, and it'll include some of their own songs. One of them is called Pozanochi. Now, Pozanochi is an original song, авторська пісня, as they would call it, written by Anastasia, the director, and it loosely translates, we've translated it as "Never mind the night," but what it refers to is irregardless of the night. That's what how they translate it. Irregardless of the night, and what it refers to is that there will be light. Don't worry about the darkness. Light will come, and it's a metaphor for Ukraine, and how there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The war will end, and we will rebuild, and carry on. The price has been heavy for Ukraine, but there's no going backwards. There's only going forwards. And so it's a very positive song, despite the heaviness.
Thank you. So when we see Gerdan tonight, because we'll be showing some footage of their performance, we will see the most amazing, gorgeous costumes and hear interesting kinds of voices. Can you tell me a little bit about the style of the costumes, where they're from, that kind of thing?
Sure. So what you think of as a traditional Ukrainian costume actually comes from central Ukraine, or the Poltava region. These guys are from Bukovina, which is on the Romanian border, hugging the base of the Carpathian Mountains. And a lot of people from Canada, a lot of Ukrainians in Canada came actually from that part of Ukraine, including my ancestors 120 so years ago. They came from Bukovina. And that was a state it was a province in the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and they came to Canada. And so these guys have their own style of costumes that are different from what you would assume as a Ukrainian costume. But they're very traditional, they're very authentic, they're collection pieces. They handle them with delicate care, and you'll get a chance to see them tonight.
Wonderful. And what is unique about the type of singing or the voice that they sing with?
So the type of voice is become known as white voice or bile holos, and it's a type of singing that I don't know enough about singing to be able to explain it well, but it comes from deep in the gut, and it's a traditional, authentic style of singing. And they even told me that the bile holos of Bukovina is different from the bile holos of central Ukraine. So even that is something unique.
Very cool. I'm actually going to be participating in a workshop tomorrow where they're going to teach us some of this singing, and maybe we'll start a Bili Holos group in Thunder Bay.
What a great title for a club.
So I'm understanding that we'll get to interview maybe Anastasia. Is that possible?
Yes,
yeah?
She's coming right up.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit while we're waiting for that, how long the how long the singers have been performing with this group?
I say that all the time too, yeah. The group's existed for 30 years. Anastasia has been the director for 10, 12, I think, years or so. Some of them have been with the group that long. Others have been only with a couple of years. So there's a whole variety of people within the group. And of course, not everybody could come. So.
And you mentioned that a lot of them left their jobs to come on the tour. So they're doing this singing just as a hobby?
It's a hobby for them, absolutely. It's a high-level hobby, though. It's like an Olympian. That's their life. When you see them on stage, you'll know it. These guys are performing at the highest level. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Ukraine that I've come across. It's unique. It's original. They're the next Dacha Bracha. Okay. They're going to take the world by storm. Wait till you see what they're up to.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Okay. So I've actually, I have to confess that I've actually seen Gerdan several times in Ukraine, in their theater in Chernivtsi. And on the most recent time that I saw them in 2019, our tour was changed because they were on tour and we were going to miss seeing them. So we decided on the fly to change our itinerary while we were traveling through Ukraine, and Vince supported that well enough so that we got to see them. And the people that were with us, there was maybe 2 or 3 that had seen Gerdan before, but the rest of them had no idea what they were getting into. And I equate it to almost being like dipped in chocolate, because I like chocolate. So it's like such a rich experience. And
it is a soulful experience, yeah. For our travel company that used to do tours to Ukraine, we make those types of performing opportunities a central part of the tours, even when we don't go to Ukraine. But since we haven't been able to go to Ukraine lately, this is the reason for this whole tour, is that we thought we'd bring a piece of Ukraine to Canada.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Vince.
Thanks, Katrusia. Дякую.
Welcome back to Ukrainian Connections, and we are here ready to see and enjoy the Gerdan concert tonight. And with me, I have Anastasia. Can you say your last name for us?
Okay, my name is Anastasia Kostyuk.
Yes. And Anastasia, you're the artistic director of Gerdan?
Yes, of course I am.
So the name Gerdan, what does that mean?
Okay, Gerdan, this is like a necklace, але то є така прикраса, яку колись носили спочатку чоловіки, а потім вже жінки також почали носити. Це прикраса із бісеру. Сьогодні ви побачите її на наших чоловіках. Вона видовгувата і прикрашає груди наших чоловіків.
So, see if I understood this right. So Gerdan are a necklace that men would wear that are full of beads, a lot of beadwork, and they're like the most beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yes, and the men tonight will have Gerdan?
Yeah, you will see it.
Yes. And do women wear gardan as well?
Жінки також носять гердани, але сьогодні на наших тілах ви побачите тільки отакі невеличкі little герданчики. We name it герданчики. And такі коралі. Yeah.
So tonight, the women are wearing just small gerdan or gerdanchiki,
Герданчики.
gerdanchki and regular korali. So we have beads and we also have metal.
Yeah.
And is
Це,
that normal for Bukovina?
Носили дукачі, носили такі прикраси у вигляді ікон, носили салби, це такі монети великі. Чим більше прикрас у жінки на грудях, тим вона була багатшою. І часто жінки на грудях носили настільки дорогоцінні речі, що це могло бути по вартості прирівнювати до будинку. Тобто буковинські особливо жінки старалися багато прикрас носити.
Okay. So the gist of it is Bukovinian women love to wear lots of jewelry, and there's different motifs on the metal attachments there. And then those of you who are Ukrainian can understand more than I could. Thank you. What would you like to tell us about tonight's show?
Сьогодні ви на сцені побачите трошки містики, трошки зачарованого кохання, трошки нерозділеного кохання. І, звичайно, це буде перша частина. А друга частина – ми поділимося тим, як колись українська молодь відпочивала на вечорницях, як вони забавлялися, як вони танцювали і як вони веселилися.
So the first half of the show, as Vince had mentioned already, there's going to be mysterious, mystical pieces, and in the second, and about love and romance, and in the second part, it'll resemble a večernicja, which is a safe place for young people to get together and party and celebrate. And there's usually a person, an adult, that oversees to make sure that they're safe and they're enjoying themselves, and that everybody goes to bed at a reasonable hour. And I understand that there's an original piece that you have written, a song. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, this is a song, Поза ночі, and some other songs, but саме Поза ночі, Never Mind the Night. Це та пісня, яку носить назву наш альбом, і це та пісня, на підтримку якої ми приїхали сюди, на підтримку нашого альбому ми приїхали. Це зовсім нова програма, дуже все ритмічне, багато чого я написала сама особисто для того, щоб молоді дати нове дихання, для того, щоб молодь почула цю музику по-новому, для того, щоб молодь сприйняла її, полюбила її і зрозуміла, що українська пісня – це дуже добре, класно і можна слухати в себе в машині, вдома і з родиною разом.
So these pieces of music are beautiful to listen to anywhere you might be, and tonight you'll get to hear them. And the one song that she has written is about hope and about the future.
Yes, like Never Mind the Night. Незважаючи на ніч, в Україні зійде сонце.
They will see the sun. Yes. And any of the music that they play, you have CDs, you have discs, and we can buy them online. We can get them at any of their concerts if you're coming to a concert across Canada. And
Or you can listen us on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Gerdan Theatre, please.
You're famous. I know when I first saw you in Ukraine, I said, please make some CDs. Please make it because I want to take some home with me. So now I have your CDs.
Okay.
I'm so happy.
That's great.
Thank you so much for coming
Thanks.
to Thunder Bay.
Thank you.
Enjoy the show.
Oh, thanks.
Welcome back to Ukrainian Connections. With me here I have Pavlo. Pavlo, what's your full name?
Павло Гарадшич.
And Pavlo is a performer with Gerdan. Do you sing? Do you play drums? Do you do what are all the things you do in Gerdan?
So I would say that we perform, and I would consider us as actors. So yeah, we just perform and we do everything.
You do everything. Okay. Do you actually take acting courses? Do you take classes in acting?
So almost every of us joined theater when I was 8 when I joined theater, so I had a studio, and there I had acting classes, I had singing classes, even dance class. So it was a really complex, and that's what we require in order to be professionals. So yeah, we had everything.
Okay. So do you do things other than perform with Gerdan? Do you work outside of that?
So all of us, we have our own occupation. For me, it's chemistry, so I work in a lab, and I also work as a project manager, and I do material compliance declarations. Usually it doesn't say anything, but it's about toxic substances in different items that we use in our usual life.
Okay, okay. And I see you have a beautiful sorochka on, and what is this that you're wearing?
So it's a very symbolic thing because it's Gerdan, and Gerdan is also a name of our theater, and it was named by this famous traditional Ukrainian jewelry all of our men are wearing. So yes, and they are different, they have different types because of different regions they came from, and every guy has different Gerdan, and for me it's the most suitable for my type of even personality. So that's a really special thing for every of us.
Okay. Did you pick the colors for this, or did you make this?
Honestly, this one I would consider it the most special among us, because that was made by another actress of our theater for me, and she really did the best job. And also everyone said that it was, you know, from her soul, because she did it. It's about me. It's really about me, and everyone says it, that it's my personality, but in bits.
I love that. That's amazing. So I'm going to pay special attention to all the Gerdan tonight when everybody is performing. Yes. Is there anything else that you want to tell me about the show tonight, or about your travels across Canada?
Sure. So the show is special. It's our second tour, and the previous one was different. This one is different. This will be a little bit more magical, and then we will be joking a little bit, so it will be real fun. But also we have to remember that it's not a full squad, because 5 members of our theater are at the front line, so it's also a tour in order to support them. So we remember them and all what they're doing, and it's also for them.
Yes, and I think the way that we support Ukraine now is by promoting all of our culture and sharing our culture and helping to fundraise, because this is a fundraising tour. So that's very, very important. So what's your favorite thing about Canada?
Canada is very different, and it's very unique. Every province has something special. And today we were going from Sault Ste. Marie to here, to Thunder Bay, and it was magnificent. It was really, autumn in Canada is great. It was yellow, it was green, it was red, we've seen waterfalls. It was really magnificent. So the nature is great, but also people, it feels like second home for us, and we received so many support, so many warm words, so we are really grateful for that, and we hope that, you know, we can come back again and again and feel this warmth again and again.
Mm-hmm. And I'm looking forward to victory for Ukraine, so that I can go back to the theater and see Gerdan in Chernivtsi. I look forward to that as well too. So have a wonderful show tonight, and hope everybody there gets to see Gerdan, gets to listen to their music, the theater, and the beautiful art that they share, a part of Ukraine. Thank you.
Thank you.
as people are leaving, I'm just wondering, what did you think of the show?
That was absolutely amazing. I've never seen them before, so it was a beautiful opportunity to see them, and it was honestly magical.
Thank you.
I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you think? It was your first time.
Well, I've seen Gerdan many times in Ukraine, but this is a new show.
Yes, it
and it's pretty stunning.
It is. It totally is. I agree.
Yes.
It was wonderful.
Thank you. You're one of the volunteers here that's done a lot of work. So thanks, Lisa.
Oh, you're very welcome. It was my pleasure.
Okay.
Okay.
We thought it was wonderful.
You thought it was wonderful? Yeah. Did you think it was wonderful too?
Absolutely, yeah. I cried. I got the chills through my whole body. Yeah, it was really special, and thank you very much to everybody who is part of this today. Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for coming and for supporting the show. Yes, with your beautiful kids. Yes.
Well, she liked it a lot. She danced.
Were you dancing?
Oh, yeah, she was dancing for a while. She was clapping.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
What did you think of the show?
It's so good.
Yes? You
Yes.
enjoyed it? Yes?
Yes.
You're just new to Thunder Bay, aren't you? Are you first just
They arrived in April.
in April? Okay. Yes. And did you like the show too?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And how about you? What was your favorite part? Jak kraszcze. Very, very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Thank you. Thought of the show?
Amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm not Ukrainian, but I felt everything so deeply. Beautiful culture, beautiful people.
Oh, I actually truly enjoyed it because it's my second time here, and I'm very, very grateful to be of the Bukovina region, and that Sofia and Nastya are here to represent our homeland. So, дякую тобі, дякую, добра ніч.
Thank you.
Slava Ukraini!
Heroyam slava.
It was wonderful. And you know, I couldn't wait for them to come back, and I'm so glad they came back quickly because it's always a pleasure to get into the music and to enjoy our culture. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was fantastic, fantastic. All the new songs, the new numbers, and the cowboy song. That was hilarious. The new costumes, oh my goodness, we loved it. We'll be back again when they come back. Hopefully.
Great, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us here with the Gerdan Theatre concert, and we'll see you again on Ukrainian Connections.